I can't be an icon without you being an icon. We're all icons. We're all trailblazers in our own way. So please, I ask you to keep blazing your trail because you're lighting a path for someone else, whether you know it or not.
It's for the many trans women that are living, but it's also for the 21 trans women that are not here today.
I never thought growing up that I would be able to have a relationship that was public, let alone be married legally. We have come a long way, but we do have a long way to go.
We need to resist, insist, persist, and enlist, and make sure our voices and our votes count. So we're gonna keep fighting together, side by side, for equal rights.
Good evening. I'm Glenda Testone, Executive Director of the Center, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you this evening. Last year's Center dinner was scheduled just as the pandemic began. And while we are sad to be separated from all of you again, we didn't want to miss the opportunity to celebrate from our homes and to thank those who have helped so many of us during this time period, especially our incredible health partners at Lenox Health Greenwich Village and the fabulous LGBTQ storytellers at HBO Max. We're also really excited to share a bit about the initiatives that the Center has underway to continue to support and partner with our community during this time. This work would not be possible without thousands of members and supporters that we count on. This includes our wonderful co-chairs of tonight's event, our host committee, and the Center Dinner's Leadership Society, and a special thank you to our lead sponsors, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, and Variety, as well as our Palladium sponsors, ADP, Davis Polk, Goldman Sachs, Kramer Levin, Lenox Health Greenwich Village, Milk Makeup, Wachtell Lipton, and Warner Media. Thank you for your support. Now, without much further ado, I would like to introduce you to some of the work that the Center is up to right now.
Hello, I'm Natalie Chara, the Director of Support Services at the Center. If this past year has shown us anything, it's that we as humans can and need to adapt in times of crisis. Last March, when our building closed, our team had to look at how we can engage with the community in the most accessible ways. We needed to take a holistic approach so that we can ensure each person has the tools and support to move forward, no matter what they are facing. We have been able to provide the access and support our community needs during this trying time by meeting them where they are and looking at their whole person, not just one challenge they may be facing. In 2020, we provided 1,935 individual counseling sessions, 78 family permanency group counseling sessions, 62 family permanency individual counseling sessions, and 18 different support group offerings throughout the year. We have also built upon our services during this pandemic, including introducing a new trauma process support group, which launches later this summer called My Story Matters. This 10-week group will promote safety, acceptance, support, and healing for all gender survivors of sexual assault and sexual abuse from ages 18 and up who want to share their story and find community. This will be the first in a series of trauma processing support groups that will be tailored to support and uphold a variety of community intersections. We also recognized that we needed to diversify our support groups in terms of language accessibility. Throughout the past year, we have been offering a Spanish language immigration support group, a Spanish language wellness and meditation support group, El Grupo Tranquil, a Spanish language LGBTQ+ singles group, Solterex Hispanics, a Spanish language group for trans mass folks, Amigos Transmasculinos Latinos, and an ESL group for those wanting to expand their English language abilities. We also adjusted the ways we provide our mental health counseling. Given the ongoing needs of community during this pandemic, we've adjusted our counseling model from short-term to medium-term counseling and work with community members to find long-term counseling support and other supports as needed. We continue to offer individual mental health counseling, trauma processing counseling, couples and relationship counseling, and family counseling services. Our team couldn't do this incredibly crucial support work without the generosity of those of you watching right now. Thank you for donating tonight and for your continued dedication to the center.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Trevon Mears, and I am the Senior Director of Advocacy and Community Engagement here at the Center. I'm so excited to be joining you all tonight to talk a little bit about how the Center is incubating ideas for the next generation of leaders with our first ever Rise Out Activist in Residence Fellowship. The Rise Out Fellowship was conceived as part of the Center's Rise Out Advocacy Initiative, which is a statewide program and community mobilization effort that works to achieve justice and equity for all LGBTQ New Yorkers. In its inaugural year, we sought to intentionally support Black LGBTQ New Yorkers as fellows, with the goal to provide support to individuals who are established or emerging activists and have bold, cutting-edge ideas for advancing LGBTQ rights in New York State. We sought out proposals for projects that highlight historically underrepresented communities and align with the main focus areas of the Rise Out program, such as the advancement of equity and inclusion for transgender and gender nonconforming people of color, increasing access to LGBTQ affirming mental and physical health services, promoting restorative justice principles, enhancing LGBTQ visibility and affirmation across sectors, as well as economic justice and advancement opportunities.
Thanks, Trevon. I'm Mona Williams, and I'm the Government Affairs Project Associate at the Center. With the Rise Out Fellowship, we had over 50 applications and were ultimately thrilled to welcome Joshua Allen and Dominic Bradley as our inaugural fellows. Joshua plans to create and develop a mentorship program for Black trans queer young people in New York. This will be dedicated to themes such as activism, political education, connecting with local community, and community building. Dominic is jumpstarting a mental health initiative targeting the BIPOC queer community in New York, designed to sustain our bodies, minds, and spirits in the struggle for liberation. This will also include commissioning BIPOC queer artists to create a free adult coloring book, as well as producing a free instructional video on how we can develop a one-page mental health roadmap, combining keywords and images.
We're so excited to see how our fellows' proposals come to fruition throughout the course of the year. We would also like to take a moment to thank Susie Scher, Goldman Sachs Gives, and Jan Siegman for their generous donations that made this program possible. We can't wait to see who joins us for year 2, as we hope to bring this fellowship opportunity to even more people in our community.
Thank you so much, Natalie, Trevon, and Mona, for sharing about the incredible projects you're working on. I'm so proud of how our community has gone above and beyond during this time. I want to take a moment and acknowledge now that we are live. I am coming to your screen right now from my home, not from a stage in Manhattan. I suspect that when former board president Mario Palumbo created Center Dinner, he never imagined it would be on a screen like this. But here we are. And then when we canceled Center Dinner last year due to the pandemic, we never thought that 1 year later, we would still be separated, eagerly awaiting the chance to be with each other again. When communities members came together almost 40 years ago to buy our building on West 13th Street, they were grappling with the horrors of the AIDS epidemic. They knew we needed a place to call home, a place to organize, a place to claim for generations to come. Over the years, some of our needs have stayed the same and some have changed. One thing that has never changed is that LGBTQ people need that place to go for support, community, and connection. The center is that place for so many people. But it's been a tough year with our building closed. So as you heard, we have been relentlessly evolving and adapting to meet our community's needs virtually. And meet them we have. But we couldn't do any of that without the generous support of people like all of you tuning in. Giving tonight is easy. All you need to do is text GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 97779 to receive the link. or you can visit gaycenter.org/give now. As you heard, the need for our services during this time has skyrocketed, a 40% increase in some areas. Now, normally this is the section of the program where I would look out into the crowd and invite you to join in this work. We may not be in a fancy ballroom tonight, but the need that we are working to meet has not gone away just because we're not able to gather. We need your help to meet that need. I want you to know the center team is tracking all gifts as they come in and monitoring all of your chats on YouTube and Facebook. So keep engaging and let us know where you're tuning in from. Plus, I am getting notifications of live donations on my phone. Thank you, team. And we've set a lofty goal of raising $100,000 tonight to ensure that the center can continue to support our community through this crisis and beyond as we reopen the building. Your support has a real impact on LGBTQ people who need it the most. For every $1,000 that we raise tonight, we will be able to provide a whole year of case management services to a community member living with HIV. This can include assistance in finding housing, accessing medication, and receiving mental health care. So if you are in a position to do so, we encourage you to text GIVE to 97779. Every little bit counts. A gift of $5,000 provides a week of virtual treatment and recovery groups for more than 250 community members dealing with challenges related to substance use. Addiction is all too common in our community, and the isolation faced over the last year has resulted in more people than ever reaching out for help. With your donation tonight, we can continue to provide that life-saving help. Truly, a gift of any size is welcome. Oh, I see. We received our first gift. It's from the Bronx. That is fantastic. The center supports community members from all 5 boroughs, and we're thrilled that you're watching tonight. Oh, wow. Wow. Johan, one of our favorite board members, has given $5,000. Thank you so much, Johan and Ray. And thank you to everyone who is donating now. This is super impressive. Thank you, Sharon, for your gift as well. I can't wait to go through all these messages of your incredible generosity. Thank you all. Now, I am so excited for the next part of the program. If you're anything like me, you've watched a lot of TV this past year. The stories we've been watching have been especially important at a time when we can't physically be together to dance or celebrate or even grieve. HBO Max has provided a multitude of LGBTQ-focused and affirming programming, from Euphoria and I May Destroy You to Veneno, It's a Sin, and so many more. The stories and voices they amplify are powerful, vital, and we're incredibly thankful to have them. Here to accept this recognition from the center are some incredible special guests from some of our favorite HBO Max shows.
I think it's true about me. Whoa. I think about men.
What do you like about it?
The fashion!
No, I'm here to see the fashion, baby.
This is Ash! Good news, she is gay!
We're all gay.
Yes, I'm trans. It's wonderful, it's beautiful. I'm gonna own this.
Work.
Thank you.
No, go ahead, work here.
Hi, I'm Jay August Richards. On behalf of everyone at Warner Media, HBO Max, and the entire cast and crew of Generation, we want to profoundly thank the Center for acknowledging our show. It's especially an honor to be celebrated by you because of the important work that you do and have been doing since 1983, providing a safe space, resources, as well as counseling for LGBTQ plus teens and young adults. I think back to 1983 when a show like ours, Generation, wasn't even a possibility. A show that features and celebrates teenagers from multiple racial and ethnic backgrounds, not just one character, as well as characters from all across the LGBTQ plus spectrum. And not only are we present on Generation, but we are at the center of our own narrative. It's because of organizations like yours that our show is even possible. So again, we salute you, we thank you, and here's to another 40 plus years of the very important work that you do. Thank you so much.
Well, hello and hallelujah, it's me, Shangela, and I have to say, y'all, I am so thrilled to be a part of a family like HBO that truly represents diversity and inclusion. You know, in my world, especially being a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, being a person of color, being from a small town in like Texas in America, I am so thrilled to be able to showcase through our show We're Here different walks of life that don't always get representation. And I hope you know that representation matters, it's true, visibility matters, and authenticity matters. And being a part of authentic storytelling is a real gift. So I'm so proud to be a part of this family and to see it continue to showcase people from all different walks of life. Because honey, when we all get a chance, we all can believe in greater opportunities that are to come for all of us. And we hope to inspire others to never give up, to always stay on the journey, and to be you. Hallelujah.
Hello, my name is Nathaniel Curtis, and it's my pleasure and it is my honour to be here with you tonight for this virtual evening in support of the Centre. You may recognise me from HBO Max's It's a Sin, in which I play a character called Ash, which is a show that takes place 40 years ago in the heart of London. Among the many aspects of the show which resonate with our audience, perhaps one of the most poignant is the fight against the AIDS epidemic and how the LGBTQ plus community banded together to do so. It's been a very, very tough year. And throughout this past year, we've all faced the fight against COVID-19, albeit differently. And the LGBTQ plus community has particularly suffered because moments of celebration and love and connection haven't been able to happen in a physical capacity. Many LGBTQ plus youth have been forced back into the closet, or they've been forced to stay in situations which are uncomfortable or unsafe. In these moments, in this past year, one of the things that's brought us all together and given us a true connection is the screen, be it big or be it small. With shows like It's a Sin or Euphoria or I May Destroy You or Venimo or Legendary and all so many different shows, our LGBTQ plus stories have reached people in their hearts and in their homes, and it's really important at a time like this because so many of us have felt so alone. I am deeply grateful to be a part of this connection through It's a Sin and for the recognition for the significance from the Centre. I'm also very thankful to be able to represent the LGBTQ plus community as an openly and happily queer actor when representation matters the most. For me, seeing the diversity of our stories and how they're told means that I get to see the stories that I yearned to hear as a child, and it shows that there is no one way to love, and it shows that we are all capable and we are all deserving of it. So thank you, and thank you to the Centre for this recognition, and thank you all for being here tonight.
Hello, my name is Arian Bascom, and I am the Economic Initiatives Developer here at the Centre. Working with this organization over the past year and a half, I've had the privilege to do some of the most meaningful work of my adult life, including encouraging and supporting a wonderful group of youth and young adults as they navigate the challenges that have affected many of us as members of the LGBTQIA community. I have collaborated with the Ali Fournier Center to support homeless and housing insecure young adults and their Learning, Education, Advancement, and Placement Program, or LEAP. I have also collaborated with members of our partnership community, many of whom are watching Center Dinner tonight, to develop opportunities to address and combat the socioeconomic and educational disparities many of our community's young people experience as a result of ongoing discrimination and bias against members of the LGBT community. I have provided training to organizations interested in partnering with us to create more inclusive and equitable work environments. And over the past few months, I have had the pleasure of being part of a work group tasked with expanding the scope of our economic opportunity initiatives to an even wider segment of the community. With that latter project in mind, I am happy to announce the recent launch of CenterWorks, the Center's newest economic advancement initiative, aimed at supporting the growth and professional development of LGBT young adults ages 18 through 30. Just this past February, we launched our first initiative, the School Ambassadors for Educational Equity, or SAFE2 internship, in which we've hired 8 amazing young professionals to provide diversity and inclusion support to New York City high schools. We have launched an educational workshop series facilitated by members of Rolodex Global, a professional organization created by and for LGBT professionals of color, offering skill-building opportunities open to all community members between 18 through 30. And we're only just beginning. Finally, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who has sponsored and collaborated with us over the years, and whose ongoing support continues to make this important work possible. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Cornelius Wiggins, and I am the Youth Substance Use Engagement Specialist here at the Center. I actually have a lot of history with the Center, starting from when I migrated to New York City as a homeless youth when I was 18 years old. The Center was the first place I found after leaving Port Authority. I remember I was told to walk until I saw the rainbow flags, and so I did. I didn't know very much about the Center. I just knew that there were people like me there and that I might find some help. The youth director, Jenny, was so kind. She helped me get into a youth shelter and found me resources and other support that eventually allowed me to stabilize myself. Of course, I joined the youth program. It was the first time I ever felt like I found community. I was a part of the youth program for a number of years before eventually aging out, but the Center still was a place that I found community and support. From their 20-something groups to their poetry slam in a bookstore or trivia night with the GG and Y folks, the Center was a place where I came to. Now, over 22 years later, I feel like I have come full circle. Working with Center Youth and the Youth Recovery Program has allowed me to offer the same type of support to LGBT young people that in crisis that I received all those many years ago. There are so many youth who become homeless or experience other crises because of who they are. Center Youth Program offers a safe and affirming. The Center Youth Program offers a safe space for those young people to receive affirming care and support that they need, while also offering community. The Center Youth Program offers much more than when I was a young person, from their internships and leadership program to their prevention counseling and group, job readiness, scholarship programs, and much more. As the needs of the youth we serve change, so does the Center's programming to continue to meet those needs. There are a lot of young people struggling with substance misuse right now. The Center's Youth Recovery Program continues to offer LGBT young people and their families the help and support that they need in a safe and affirming environment. All of our programmings are now completely virtual, offering one-on-one counseling and recovery groups that design specifically for young people and affirming care. There are also case managing services that support young people in getting the resources that they need. As we continue to find our new normal, let's not forget that there are still young LGBTQ young people that need support. Center Youth and Center Recovery will continue to provide that support to LGBT youth, and I am grateful that I get to be a part of this work. Thank you.
I have some exciting news to share. I just learned about an amazing gift of $25,000 from our incredible supporters, Slow and John. This doubles their generous support for the evening, and this gift will provide 500 individual counseling sessions for youth, adults, and families each month. They included a friendly note to say that they are challenging viewers tonight to give to meet our goal of $100,000. Please consider joining them and joining the center. What? Oh my, wow. I want to thank our very own co-chair, Jeffrey Schneider, and his partner, Jeffrey Povero, for giving an additional $25,000 on behalf of the center staff. Thank you so much, Jeffrey and Jeffrey. I am genuinely surprised, and thank you so much. We've had a ton of additional gifts come in since I was last on screen. Our board members, Miles, Maurice, and Lisa, thank you so much. Anne from New Jersey, thank you, Allie. And wow, I just miss so many of you. I wish we were in person. One of our host committee members actually just gave a gift of $500, which provides 2 people with a guided connection to health insurance and affordable HIV medications. Our community knows better than most that in tough times, we must take care of each other. Thank you, Evan and Ed, longtime cycle and center supporters, for that $1,000. It means a ton. Now, while many of you are longtime supporters of the center, I know there are some of you who are joining tonight for the first time. So please become a part of the center by giving to our work. Making your first gift is as easy as going to gaycenter.org/give now. Oh, wow. One of our center youth members just gave $10. Thank you so much, Ariane and Cornelius. The work that you and the team are doing is so important. If we had just 9 more viewers who donate $10 each, we'll have $100 to supply 3 young people with HIV testing. So remember that we are live and our staff is truly updating me on all of your support in real time. You can donate by going directly to gaycenter.org/give now or by texting give to 97779 to get started. The opportunity to give doesn't end tonight. Whenever you watch this, please know your contribution can make a difference. Thank you for the support and keep it coming. Now on with the show. Lennox Health Greenwich Village focuses on community-based medicine and ensures that their care is affirming of LGBTQ people. There are many ways they serve our community, from mandating trainings on transgender health for all providers to offering HIV prevention medications PrEP and PEP in their emergency department. And as the center's next door neighbor on West 13th Street, they have supported our work in many ways. They've been longstanding partners of the center's largest events, from center dinner to the historic garden party, and they've also been an annual partner for Cycle for the Cause bike ride. They staffed the volunteer medical crew team to assist with all of our participants' needs and ensure that the hundreds of generous individuals who take part can stay safe and strong throughout their 275-mile journey. In addition, they also provide programs to aid center staff in taking care of our community, such as offering trainings on the use of Narcan. When COVID-19 took hold of New York City in March of 2020, the staff at Lennox Health Greenwich Village selflessly committed long hours, compassion, and skill to treat people with COVID-19. Doctors, nurses, and all of the hospital staff and frontline caregivers put themselves in harm's way in order to care for our community during a time of extreme need. They even overhauled the hospital surgery center to become a COVID-positive unit in the span of a week. All of us at the center are deeply grateful to Lennox Health Greenwich Village for their devotion to the LGBTQ community and for the dedication of their frontline caregivers, regardless of circumstance. Please join me in a round of applause as we honor them with our Community Award.
What an incredible honor for the Lenox Health Greenwich Village team and I to be recognized by the center. Since the first days that we arrived here, Glenda has welcomed us and partnered with us. The center and Lenox Health Greenwich Village are physically connected. It's quite symbolic of our actual relationship, as we are truly partners. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, many of us worked 16-hour days, 7 days a week, and stayed in or near the hospitals in which we work. The individuals that work in Lenox Health work tirelessly, regardless of their role, and they didn't complain about the long hours or the many layers of PPE that had to be worn, and still wear, by the way. I was inspired by the fact that everyone was so brave and so caring. They came to work to help people and to look out for their coworkers because that's who they are. At the height of the pandemic, there were some really tough days. The strength and the resiliency of everyone that I have the privilege of working with was awe-inspiring to me. Glenda also mentioned the COVID positive hospital unit that we had built to increase bed capacity at a critical time during this pandemic when hospitals were being overwhelmed. This took an enormous amount of people working around the clock. What was incredible was the fact that there were so many volunteers. Even though everyone was scared, especially in the beginning when this virus was not well understood, it made me so proud to be a part of it. It was just a year unlike any other. We've cared for those suffering from this terrible virus. We have performed COVID testing in our patient service center, in our urgent care centers, and in the emergency department when people presented there. We currently administer monoclonal antibody infusions within our emergency department when appropriate, and we have been vaccinating over 800 people per day in our mass vaccination center on the 5th floor. We are actually in the process of expanding that space so we can vaccinate even more people every day. So as we move towards beating the COVID-19 virus, we will continue to bring additional needed healthcare programs back to Greenwich Village. My entire team and I are committed to providing the highest quality care in a way that is inclusive and welcoming to everyone. I'm proud of what we've been able to accomplish in the village, and I have never been more proud of my team that works tirelessly to be there for anyone and everyone that needs care. I'm proud of all the lives we have been able to save, and there have been many. I'm proud to belong to an organization such as Northwell, with Michael Dowling at the helm, that celebrates diversity in all of its forms. An organization that is welcoming and accepting to all, regardless of sexual orientation, ethnicity, skin color, gender, religion. We are all inclusive because it's the right thing to do. So I speak on behalf of our entire Lenox Health Greenwich Village and Northwell family when I say thank you for this amazing and humbling honor.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Peter Glennon. I'm the Director of Patient Care Services here at Lenox Health Greenwich Village. This is an incredible honor to be recognized for all the work our team has done throughout the pandemic. It continues to this day. Our relationship with the center has always been of paramount importance since we've opened. It kind of started for me specifically in my role here as working on Cycle for the Cause. I actually did the 275 miles, and many of the team members here have volunteered doing medical volunteering for people on the ride. We're all really excited for more normal times and for the next Red Dress Day. One of the reasons I actually got into healthcare was an experience I had as a 17-year-old kid coming from Brooklyn. I needed specialized medical services and I didn't know where to get it. And I came to the center and got a wonderful referral. And that experience is really the reason I got into healthcare. So this is a full circle moment. I'm one of many people that have done an incredible amount of work and probably been through one of the hardest things they will go through in a lifetime. So to have this honor, we're just super grateful, and it's a wonderful way to sort of wind down the pandemic, hopefully, and we just are so grateful to be recognized. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Wayne Quadler. I'm the Director of Community Relations here at Lenox Health Greenwich Village. I'm also co-chair of the LGBTQ Business Employee Resource Group at Northwell Health called Expressions. Working in collaboration with the center is an honor for us here at Lenox Health Greenwich Village. The center has made us a better healthcare provider. Among the things the center has helped us with is to develop our transgender health trainings for the staff, improve our PrEP and PEP programs, and help us to improve our policies and procedures to make them more responsive to the needs of our LGBTQ patients, but also our LGBTQ employees. As co-chair of the Business Employee Resource Group, I'm delighted that we're able to work collaboratively on programming with the center to make New York a more healthy place for all members of the LGBT community. When I hear stories like the one I heard where a transgender man came to our emergency room in the middle of the night, it makes me proud to know that we are a facility that has worked with the center and which has made our facility a better place for all New Yorkers in our community. Thank you.
Before we close tonight, I want to reiterate how grateful we are to all of you who have reached out in the last year to show your support of the LGBTQ community and the center. We are, without a doubt, headed towards a more hopeful future where we can be together safely again. And we appreciate you tuning in and supporting the center's work. Again, I want to say thank you to the brave, caring, affirming staff at Lenox Health Greenwich Village, and also to HBO Max for the incredible LGBTQ stories we've seen lately. Another virtual round of applause for our co-chairs, our host committee, our leadership society members, and our corporate sponsors. Thank you for your support now and always. The work we do at the center wouldn't be possible without the generous donations of all of you watching tonight. And if you are inclined to give just a little bit more before we end, please go to gaycenter.org/give now, or just text GIVE, that's GIVE, to 97779 to get started. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to seeing all of you in person very soon. Good night.